Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. This is the Stan Onnex Hinge. The Onnex comes in three models: hinge, thumb, and resistance activated. So thumb, you press the button. Hinge, this bit moves here to activate it. So basically that amount of movement there is setting it off. And you activate that by twisting your hand just a little bit. Or your third version is resistance, so it actually activates on a given poundage. So it might activate on 30 pounds. So once you hit 30 pounds, it shoots. So that's the three models. The advantage of them is the grips are all identical. They're all from 3-finger or 4-finger, so that's the advantage. Price point is all the same on all the releases. They come in three models. The sage, the silver, or the brass. Brass is heavier if you like that heavier release aid. They come in various sizes, 5 sizes: small, medium, large, extra large, and extra, extra large. The sizing on Stan is a little slightly small, so I'm a large. I'm an average guy. I take medium and everything. I take a large Stan. So it's, you're not exaggerating about things. It's like Chinese sizing for a Stan. So just think of it that way. Most release aids, I'm in medium. Very few release aids have sizes, so this is quite unique with Stan. The price point on this is about $400. That prices it kind of well in the market, not cheap, not expensive. So something like this is a Scott Ascent, is going to be cheaper because it's simpler. It's just, that's it. So that amount of movement sets it off. This is a lot more complex, so let's talk about it. It's got a self-loading mechanism here on the hinge. So it's got springs on the side that will bring that back down, so you're ready to shoot. It's got a safety mechanism, so you pull the thumb as you're pulling back, it can't shoot. Whether you like safeties or not, and we'll discuss that. So with this, you put your finger on the safety as you pull it back, then release the thumb, and then you're ready to do that little movement to set it off. You can adjust the travel on this with a little screw down the bottom. I haven't adjusted it. I tend to shoot stuff and see how it feels. I'm really scared about shooting the safety. I'm going to say that. This little screw here is a pin that screws into there, so it can't trigger. So if you want to just pull it back and see if it's comfortable, you fit that in there. It won't fire. Look, these little silver things. Look, it's probably a good idea. I just don't know why. I don't know why you want to pull back your bow without an arrow. I don't understand. I don't understand why you want to do that. But lots of people like it. So that's the first thing. A lot of people like safeties because you're not going to punch yourself in the mouth. The first thing with the hinge release aid, it activates by moving your arm, by moving your hand. You've got to pull back with this finger. My problem with a hinge and a safety is you pull back and you don't know the angle of this. And then you don't know what angle you're going to be at when you release the safety. Normally, it's going to activate at the same angle every time. That's what I like about a hinge. It's like shooting a clicker on a release, on a recurve. It activates at exactly the same point every time. When you've got a safety, it might activate at a different point. So I'm not sold on the safety idea. Really like the concept that this is the same as the thumb. Love the sizing. Love that. The price point's still good, but I haven't had much luck with safeties, so we're just going to say that front. Some other safeties. Carter Honey has got a safety that you turn off and turn on. I didn't like that. You turn it on, it's safe, and then you push it forward and then it's ready to activate. I didn't like the two things when it came to shooting. So let's see how it shoots. When you're trying to release aid, go close to the target. Don't draw back without an arrow because you're going to blow up the bow. If you try and hinge for the first time, shoot with a light bow. I started with a 20-pound compound when I started hinge releases. Now I'm going to say I sold a hinge release aid to a customer who took me to court. He blew up his bow a couple of days after buying the hinge release. Took me to court because he said the bow was faulty. He'd been shooting it for a year, but that's okay. With hinge releases, they're hard, and you've got to persevere with them. So I started off on 20 meters, and I It's all in all my old videos shooting a hinge release. I started off at 10 meters, just shooting 20 pounds. Then I went up in poundage, 30, 40, 50 pounds. And before long, I was comfortable drawing it. I wanted to go back to thumb the entire time. The entire time I wanted to go back to thumb. I shot it thousands of arrows up close to the target. Thousands of arrows. I dreaded it. I shot my first competition probably 6 weeks after swapping to Hinge. I was nervous the whole entire round that I was going to punch myself in the mouth, pulling the bow back. I didn't, and I shot my personal best. So, but I was scared the entire time. I'm going to be scared pulling this back. So the person who took me to court, he said, "Oh, I was good with release aids straight up." No one's good with the hinge release aid straight up. No one, never. It takes time. Everything takes time. I've been doing this for 40 odd years. Everything takes time. So, anyway, so I don't know about shooting the safety. So, the first time I'm going to shoot without a safety because that's what I'm confident with, and we're going to see if I punch myself in the mouth, which will be scary. Now, some back tension release aids are hot, and this design reminds me of the True Ball HBT. It looks identical. Look, I'm not even going to talk about intellectual property because I'll get myself in trouble. And lots of companies get angry with me with intellectual property. It looks like a HBT. Stan would say he was the inventor of back tension release aids, and he was really annoyed with people for copying his intellectual property. But anyway, Stan has been around for years and years and years. Let's just try drawing this back. Okay. Now, I pushed the safety in when I was laying it down because you don't want the thing to go off when you're laying the bow down, right? Because that's a scary bit with a hinge release aid. I felt like I was twisting, and it wouldn't go off. Man, it was like, just please shoot. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and make an adjustment so it can go off. Like I felt like I was moving that thing miles. Now this is, on all my back tension videos I do whenever I review a back tension release aid, more than common. More than common. It's almost unusual that I can get the thing to shoot to start with. Now just to prove I can shoot a back tension release aid, there's my Scott Ascent. Right, so you've got to get the settings right. So you want to get to the position where you pull back and you feel comfortable, and then you want to know when you start the process of firing the shot where you want to go off, and that's where you've got to adjust it to. The release aid itself feels comfortable, and this time I'm going to draw it back, so it feels very much like the Scott Ascent, a little bit wider here than the Scott Ascent. The last finger feels about the same width. Feels very comfortable. I'm going to draw it back this time with the safety on. Letting down back tension release aid is scary, because you twist your hand and it's going to boof, and you could blow up your bow. Oh. Heart attack. Second heart attack in a year. When people go, oh, bacterial release, that's easy. I'm like, oh yeah, right. I almost laugh. And I'm not mean to be mean to people. But it's like so hard. Like, it scares you when it's meant to scare you. That's the whole concept of it. You're not meant to know when it's going off. So I was like, oh, the bow didn't blow up. That's a good thing. So, and where's the arrow? Hopefully the arrow's in the target. And the arrow is in the target. It's in the middle. So let's try. Let's try again. Whoa. Worked so hard for that. Okay, so I couldn't get the release aid to work, and then I pressed the button, and then it would activate. When I then rotate it further, it was past the point I wanted to shoot. So, and then I felt a click. And in any video I do, when you see me shooting a back tension release aid and it's got a click, I flinch, which is what I did in this video. It scares me, and then I shot the shot. A lot of people like clicks. I started shooting a click. It gave me reassurance that it wasn't going to fire before the click, and I wasn't going to punch myself in the mouth. Stan Onnex Hinge. The price point's good, the safety's good, the adjustment's good, the self-loading's excellent. Really nice release aid. Loved all the sizing. Love that you can go to hinge to back. Scares me. I suppose the thing with back tension release aid and any release aid, you've got to become comfortable with it. You've got to shoot that thing and just shoot it. And when I say shoot it, it's not a matter of changing release aids each week or coming into a store and going, oh, I want to try another release aid. If you're going to buy one of these, give yourself a good 2 months to learn it, to set it up, to shoot it, to practice with it. Because anything under that, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time buying it, you're wasting your time shooting it. I think it's a good release aid. I would want to set it up for myself, so I get it triggering early in the cycle. Seems to work better with the safety. I assume it works. See, it works without the safety, so I think it's just a sensitivity thing. But for me, it appears to be that little lever at the bottom base there is what activates it. Yeah, I'd want to sort of set it up so it activates earlier. My release aids are very hot, so when I shoot a back tension release aid, and if you go to borrow someone's back tension release aid, when people borrow mine, they often misfire because I have mine very hot. So basically just a little twist of my wrist and the thing shoots. So just bear that in mind. That's the Stan Onnex Hinge. It's got the H there for hinge, T for thumb, and R for resistance. Look, Stan make a good product. Price point is good in the market if you're looking for a safety so it doesn't fire. This has it. A lot of others won't have it. and it's got adjustment there to adjust the where it sets off. I don't know about the click. Most back tension release aids have the click on, click off option. I assume this does as well. You have to check the instructions on it. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. That's the Stan Onnex Hinge. Thanks for watching.